I got Mr. Matty. How are you, brother?
Kia ora. Yeah, not too bad, bro.
Good. So how the travel's been?
Yeah, good. I got back about 10, 11 days ago from Vienna. I was only home 10 days in the last 2 months, actually. So I'm quite sexually deprived. But that's all right. Nothing.
I don't know. I don't like the way you're looking at me as you say that to me.
Well, you know, when you get hungry enough, you'll eat anything. So yeah.
As they say, anyway. Moving right along. So what else have you been up to around the New Year period?
I was down 27th in Gisborne at Baywatch, which is a sort of like campground party for Rhythm and Vines, and then did Wellington last night, and then got here today.
Nice one. And so impressions of the festival so far?
Well, I haven't been here long enough to even make any calls, really. I kind of like wandered in, got a beer, and like now I've been swept up in a media circus.
Yeah.
But no, it seems to be good. A little bit muddy, but you can't really do much about that. But it's quite nice having the two stages real close like that. It's kind of cool to get from, it's not like I remember at the gathering having to trek up hills and stuff to get from one zone to the next. So it's good layout in that regard. So, and there's no problems with the road. I've sort of heard horror stories about, festivals previous, where people couldn't get in and all that, and we just breezed right in. So it seems that everything's running real smooth, eh?
Nice. One thing I forgot to start with is how's life as a one-member Concord Dawn? How's life as a one-man band?
Well, it's pretty much the same as always, really. I mean, it's a bit different in the writing side of things, but I haven't even really had much time for that. I mean, we always used to DJ separately anyway, so it just has meant that I've been doing like way too much travelling. Like I said, I've only been home 10 days, or 11 days in the last 2 months, so I've just been travelling a shitload, and doing a lot of gigs, like going to Beijing or something from Vienna and like playing on Saturday night and getting home on Monday night, or, the same, I was in LA about 6 weeks ago, same sort of thing, like, leaving on Friday, getting home on Monday night, Tuesday's a write-off, and then you've kind of got Wednesday to wash your undies and go to the bank, and then Thursday you're burning CDs and packing your bags and getting ready to go again. So it's been pretty hard out, but after this trip down to New Zealand, I'm taking a bit of a break from gigs. I'll still do some, but just not like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in a month, like, maybe 2 or 3 in a month, and just give myself a bit more time to make some tunes again.
Yeah. Are there any particular projects you're working towards with terms of writing tunes, or just want to write tunes?
Eventually I'll throw it together on an album. There's a few bits and pieces done already, a couple of collaborations and a thing I did by myself the last time I had 3 days in a studio, which was quite some time ago, well, a couple of months ago. But eventually it'll be an album, and we'll just see how it takes shape, I guess.
So who are some of the people that you've been collaborating with?
I've done 2 things now with Psydream in Vancouver. I was out there in June, and then again in the middle of a US tour in November. So I just popped in there in between. Oh God, what was it in between? In between Houston and Seattle or something like that, I don't know. Popped up there for a couple of days, sort of in between a Sunday and a Thursday sort of thing, and had a few days in the studio with him. And then Cold Front, who's some friends of mine from Philly. And then I'll be doing stuff with some of the boys who are down here, the State of Mind kids and Potsy from Bulletproof, and try and have some time in Christchurch or Wellington when I go down for some gigs down there and knock something out there as well. And I mean, why not? There's lots of kids here who are doing good stuff. And
lots of talented dudes, might as well work.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm here for quite a good stretch, and often, I'm only around for, I'm not here long enough to really have any time to do anything like that, but I can go see grandma and do all that sort of stuff and get through all that, and then have a bit of time left over at the end to get in and make some beats. So
nice. I was hoping you're going to mention DK on your collaborations, because you collaborated with him in something else, a bit of a cooking show. What was going through your mind when DK said, "Hey, you want to star in a cooking show"?
Well, it was all his idea, and I was like, well, if you organise it and sort it out, then I'll just come along and cook something. So I mean, I'm pretty easily led astray in these matters, as you'll probably see later on this evening. And so he just kind of twisted my arm very gently, and I was like, oh, why not? So
what do you look forward to the most about coming home?
There's certain food items that I miss, like cheeses and perky nanas and stuff. The seafood, Because I mean, Austria is a landlocked country, right? It's got 8 countries bordering it, and it's right in the middle of Europe. And you know, they don't really do mussels, oysters, prawns, scollies, or they definitely don't do whitebait. You know, they do all that stuff very well, so that's something I always miss. And the weather, of course. I mean, it's good to be down here when it's nice and sunny and it's freezing cold over there.
Yeah.
And lots of people too, lots of good people, and you know, I quite like being in Vienna and not knowing every man on the street and being able to, you know, go to a club and sort of check tunes out and stuff, although that's changed over the years since I've been living there.
Yeah.
But it is nice to, you know, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came, you know, so that's, you know, and New Zealand's a very friendly country like that, so something I miss. And yeah, just catching up with friends and family and eating lots of seafood and perky nose and cheeses, really. Oh, and pies.
Nice.
I'm Matty C, and drum and bass is serious business.